G3 Assistance through Virginia's community colleges is your pathway to a new future. Get a skill. Get a job. Get ahead. Learn more at vccs.edu/G3.
This is a CBC podcast.
Check your calendar. It is indeed May the 5th, aka Cinco de Mayo, and you'll probably see ads promoting deals on Mexican food and drinks at plenty of restaurants and bars tonight. But if you think this day is just about partying, think again. Artist Santiago Guzman is from Mexico, and he now lives in St. John's. He's been here for a bit, and he joins us on the line now. Good morning, Santiago.
Hi, good morning, Ramresh. How are you doing?
I'm good. First off, what does Cinco de Mayo what's it all about?
Well, so Cinco de Mayo is a celebration, but not quite. I'll get into that. It's an opportunity to remember a battle that happened in Mexico in 1862. And this was a very important battle for the Mexican government at the time because they actually defeated the French army as they were trying to attack Mexico. That was France's second attempt to invade Mexico. So it was a big celebration in Mexico because France at the time was ruled by Napoleon III, and it was France's army was one of the most important and powerful armies. So the fact that the Mexican army defeated the French invasion was quite important because at the time Mexico was coming out of a civil war. So Mexico was very, very weak in terms of their resources. That's what it is.
Okay, so that's the significance of it. And for those who don't know, you grew up in Mexico. How big of a deal is Cinco de Mayo there?
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. So it doesn't register.
No, I mean, the thing is, I think that there is a big confusion between the Independence Day of Mexico, which is celebrated September 16th, and Cinco de Mayo. I think that this has a big impact, especially to North America, because at the time in the United States, they were going through a civil war. So the fact that Mexico defeated France as France was trying to invade Mexico and have some sort of advantage against the United States at the time, obviously it's quite significant because things could have played out differently. Now, having said that, France did invade Mexico the following year. So, I don't know what is the celebration about.
Okay, so you grew up not really celebrating it. I mean, I was looking through Instagram yesterday. There's at least 3 million posts about Cinco de Mayo and margaritas and tacos and all kinds of celebratory food and drink. When did you first notice the hype around the day?
Well, I guess it was when people started wishing me a happy Cinco de Mayo, and I was like, oh, yeah, happy Monday to you too.
When did that first happen?
I can't remember, but it was probably around a couple of years ago when I started traveling a little bit more to the United States. But I mean, that has happened to me here in Canada as well. That I'm like, okay. So it is such an interesting conversation around this because I understand the hype and the excitement because, come on, Ramresh, who doesn't love Mexican food? I am biased.
Sure.
I love Mexican cuisine and drinks as well. But the thing is that what I see dangerous is the problem around corporations or even restaurants that are taking advantage of this, our culture, our cuisine, to profit. So now, at the same time, I do see Mexican-owned businesses trying to get on that train as well because it's an opportunity to get some revenue.
So how is, so you mentioned, September 16th, Independence Day, that's kind of more of an important day to Mexicans. How is that celebrated compared to how we see Cinco de Mayo celebrated in North America, in U.S. and Canada?
Well, the thing is, for instance, in Mexico, we have different, obviously, holidays, official holidays, and Cinco de Mayo is not one. However, the Mexican independence is, so that is celebrated in September 16th, as I said. And to us, that, like, and the way that I have seen it and compared to the, like, North American perspective, well, specifically Canada and the States, is it reminds me of Thanksgiving. That is an opportunity for us to gather and to celebrate the independence of Mexico from Spain. So we gather at our, well, obviously when COVID wasn't a thing, we would like gather at our houses and or our family house, and we would just like share a beautiful meal with pozole, which is a traditional like Mexican sort of like soup or stew. And yeah, we would eat tostadas, and we would have like the colors of our flag, so green, white, and red, represented on the dishes that we were serving that night. So it's such a big deal in Mexico that Cinco de Mayo is not even close.
Okay. So clearly there's an appetite here in Canada and the U.S. to consume some Mexican culture today. What are some ways folks can do that if they don't need to celebrate Cinco de Mayo, but they want to celebrate the culture? What are some ways they can do that locally?
Well, I mean, there's a beautiful restaurant called Frida's Riverside Cafe at Manuel's Rivers in CBS that is owned by a Mexican woman, co-owned, and her name is Cynthia Paulina Herrera, and she's awesome, and they do have what I think is a close approach to Mexican cuisine, so I would encourage that. Recently, yesterday, there was a big incident in Mexico City with the metro. So, perhaps if people want to celebrate our culture, I would encourage donating towards the people that were affected by this massive accident. But also trying to listen to some Mexican music and support artists on Spotify, for instance.
Speaking of, we asked you for a request, so we're going to get you to throw to a song as we head into the news by Natalia. Can you tell us the track and who the artist is?
Yes, of course. So the track is called Hasta la Raíz, and that translates to like deep into the roots. And it's performed by an award-winning songwriter from Mexico. Her name is Natalia Lafourcade. And this song specifically talks about that, like that relationship of loving someone deep to the roots. But I remember hearing to Natalia talk about the meaning of her song, and she said that song had a lot of Mexican pride.
Okay.
So I think that this is a great opportunity, a contemporary way to celebrate our Mexican heritage.
Well, Santiago, she's going to take us up to the news. Thanks so much for your time this morning.
Thank you very much, Ramraj. Have a great day.
That's Santiago Guzman, a local artist here in St. John's.
For more CBC podcasts, go to cbc.ca/podcasts.